Hello everyone. So what you see on my screen right now is our Circadian City folder under Google Drive, and we're keeping everything here. The game database is here as well, and our working documents are here as well. We started with some offline documents that we were editing on this. Story and game design is where I use my files usually, and most of these files belong to me or Tolga because Tolga is the narrative designer and Emre is our writer. Hopefully, he will be able to join one of our streams tomorrow. By the way, the one we're going to make with Tolga. Emre will be joining us as well if he's available. Yeah. So
Very
it all
cool.
started with these reference documents, and we have a game design document here that we've been editing a lot lately. I mean, since sorry, until like 3 months ago or so, and then we decided to use an online tool like a wiki instead of the game design document.
Right.
But I still didn't carry everything to the wiki. I mean, we currently have a wiki link, but it's not working practically.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the game
Ah.
design document where it all started. We have like
Iron Man. What's
the-
Iron Man? Can you show that?
Mhm. Yeah, this is this was the mod that we thought to implement once, but right now it's marked with red. That means that might be implemented after early access.
Yeah. Yep.
So the Iron Man mode, that's friendship decay in normal rate, can't save the game. So the game saves automatically. So you don't. I mean, if you make a mistake in the game,
You can't go
there's no.
back. Yeah.
You can't go back.
Yep.
Uh, and the game ends with failure conditions. So if you get hungry, if you get low energy,
Yeah.
etc.,
Yeah.
the game ends. So you're trying to not to get in that position at all. That's that's a mod to play the game.
Okay. Yeah.
What else is interesting here? Oh yeah, this was one of the thing that's being carried to post early access.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking about this invite schedule thing that people would be able to invite other NPCs to their houses.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So you can have a dinner party or a board game party.
Right. And
Uh,
that could also then play into events. Like if someone's like, oh, like you become friends with them, and they're like, I want to have a board game night with you, right? Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we were thinking about the interactions of these social events because apparently you're not trying to increase your friendship with a single guy, but you're trying to get friendship from all the people coming to that event.
Right.
And that event would also give you some other things like motivation, happiness if you get the right traits.
Mm.
Friendship score status, stranger acquaintances, casual friends, close friend. These are in
Hey,
the game right
Tropic.
now. Implemented. Hmm?
Hey, Tropic.
Yeah,
He always comes in and posts an emote.
yeah. This was one of the things we thought. For example,
Okay.
this I mean, we can buy books, we can buy
Oh yeah,
movies,
yeah.
etc. But there was a thing that they're new. Every week, the stores are bringing some new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and learning about this. I mean, this new releases would increase your friendship more with people interested in those areas.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
Because
have you checked out
like
this new movie? It's so great.
yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then we didn't do that maybe neither.
I think it's still a good idea,
And
but
yeah, it can be implemented after early access.
yeah.
This is an idea like marketing, right? I mean,
Yep.
I deleted all the canceled ideas. These have a chance to be implemented in the future. So yeah, the subscription TV thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Cooking channel, something like that, sports or
yeah.
yeah.
So you can get a Discovery Channel or something like that to increase your animal interest, for
Oh
example.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Animal
Yeah.
Planet, or well, I don't know. You
Yeah.
wouldn't call it that, but you know what I mean.
Hmm. Yeah, the event thing, this is something we still want to implement, but I think we should mark with this with reds.
Red,
I'm
yeah.
afraid because we're not able to do this before early access.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there are like random events in the games and some triggered events, so that uh, you get some new quests, new cutscene, new dialogues, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So mood, stress, energy, happiness, these are all implemented already. Let's see what else we planned but we couldn't do. Some characters have unique social activities. Yeah, yeah, crafting activities, for example.
Right.
I mean, other than cooking, we don't have any crafting in the game. But painting,
Yeah.
writing books, doing some electronics, and working on furniture and making some clothing and apparels.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, something planned for uh, early access as well.
Cool. Completion
Yeah.
time, work time,
Hmm?
fast forwarded. 4x doesn't affect movement of characters.
Yeah. We changed the whole way the work is happening, so this can be a little bit obsolete lately, especially.
Okay. Yeah, you did. Yeah, let's talk about that a bit because I think I actually had a recommendation about that where like you kind of like hold the work or you like continue working as opposed to like using a slider.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's like gonna be a thing at some point here, or
Yeah. So right now we're probably going to. You will have options like uh, all work for an hour, but I mean work hard,
yep,
slack off, or make your boss happy,
yeah, yep,
kind of activities. So they will all change some other stuff. You're trying to manage your stress, make some money,
yep,
and also get some promotion in your work.
yeah,
So, for example, if you focus on your boss, you might not make enough money because you're not completing a lot of tests, but it might help you to progress in your promotion.
which will make you more money. So
Yeah, eventually,
yeah,
in the end.
eventually,
And
yeah,
if you do your work well, you will still get some promotion, but later.
yep, yeah. That's a interesting decision and trade off.
Yeah, and if you slack off, for example, you don't make much money, you don't get promotion, but you don't earn a lot of stress neither.
Yep.
So,
Hmm.
uh, I think this was one of the interesting things. Probably we are talking about this with people joining to stream, asking questions. They're asking a lot of questions like this. Can we do other stuff?
Yeah.
Uh, so, and beside the daily job, we can freelance. We can do crafting and earn money out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So interests are turning to job activities after you come to a certain mastery level at that interest.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Uh, yeah, this is something to be implemented for probably after early access as well.
Yeah.
Mhm. yeah, you can get a dream event and teleported to a dream event. So dream event are like actual dreams that normally you're having in your real life.
Mm,
So I mean,
that's
you find
cool.
yourself in a weird place and you don't know what's going on. You see some, characters from the real world in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, something else is happening there, but it's a dream.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it could be kind of like part of the story arcs, kind of in a way.
Yeah,
Um, like you get through a certain part of a quest line with a character, and then you have a dream where they're in your dreams. I think that also would add variety to like that kind of thing is really nice when you're doing a grindy type day then night and day then dream world then real dream world and you're kind of get into your gameplay loop for a while and then to
yeah,
have those like moments where it kind of like pulls you out into something different is really nice. Like Stardew does that with like these random cutscenes that happen.
yeah, exactly. I remember I really enjoyed a few of these cutscenes,
Yeah.
and they were like very simple, but I mean,
Yeah.
very good storytelling in them.
Yeah, they weren't like super complex or took a lot of time to make or anything.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it was like artistically
Yep.
satisfying.
Yep.
So yeah, we had dream events. We have the wilderness. Wilderness is the thing that
Hmm.
you see in the northern part of the dream world.
Yep.
Uh, when it will be open, it will carry you to some place that you will start gathering some resources, but there will be some uh, like aggressive uh, animals or I mean creatures there as well. So
Yes.
they can hurt your concentration if you get hit by them. Like
Oh yeah.
your concentration drops and you wake up earlier.
Yeah,
So
that makes
it's
sense.
kind of a more risky or more adventurous play style.
Yeah. You could even, I don't know if this is too daring, but you could make it so that you have to get out of the wilderness with your things that you got. Like, let's say you kill some enemies or you mine some resources,
Mhm.
and you have to decide when it's time to leave and go back, so you can keep them. And if you pass out, like you get hit and you pass out, then you don't end up getting those items that you just tried to mine and kill those enemies to get. If that makes Does that make sense? Like it's kind of like a
Yeah,
risk versus reward. Like, um, you're killing enemies, you're starting to get low on concentration, and you're like, ooh, like I should probably go back, or maybe I try to get a little bit more.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, one of our concerns is that we don't want to kill anything in the game.
okay, yep,
So we couldn't find out how to solve this. We would probably make something to scare them away, maybe,
yep,
and then they would drop something when they're scared.
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. Uh, so that's one of the options that we're taking for enemies in the dream world.
yeah. That makes sense.
So, I think I put most of the things in our roadmap board here. The things we're planning and we're about doing right now. You have this board is public, and I'm updating this board like every week,
Mm-hmm.
putting whatever we recently completed here, recently fixed bugs here, and I'm trying to list all the bugs we recently encountered and waiting to be solved here.
Mm-hmm.
And on the right hand, we have this planned development things, most of them from the game development document that you've seen,
Yeah.
and not yet started to be being developed.
Yep.
And these ones are in development right now. Probably I should add a few other things here. These are
That are in
lacking some
development now.
content here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there
Yeah.
are other things in development right now as well. And these are dummy assets that are in the game but that are not working properly.
Mm-hmm. Dream World Daily
Uh,
Quests. Okay.
and these are the things that are not designed very well so far, but ideas waiting to be designed first, and then maybe will be implemented in the game later on.
Yeah, yeah. Dream World Metro map.
Yeah. So I mean, as you know, I mean, there will be other zones in the dream world as well. So
Yeah.
you will be able to. I mean, there will be transport in between them.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's honey keeping? What is?
Honey keeping. It was actually was an idea from the community,
Okay.
and we thought it was a good idea because I mean, you know, it's good for ecological cities. So you can put some beekeeping, what do you call them? Uh,
Beehives?
Aviary, yeah,
Oh,
beehives
aviary. Yeah, aviary. Yeah.
at some places in the city, and they make the environment more greener, and it makes your stress lower in those areas.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to keep feeding them.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So let me tell you how we organize things a little. We This is our public board. Everyone can see this board, but we have boards. We have sprint boards like this. This is a new one, so not a lot
Whoa.
is going on here. Yeah, you can see some
Whoa.
cool new characters coming to the game.
Whoa.
Yeah, and his, for example, I mean, this quest thing is going to change like this.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. That
This is
tree,
one tree animation from the dream world. That's the candle tree.
yeah. That's
This is
cool.
a this is a rare drop. Um, for example, let me show you the previous port. We have a lot more going there. Is this the one? No, here.
Whoa.
So yeah, I mean, these are all the things we have been working on last 2 weeks, for example. There are like things in programming, in design, art. We
Yeah.
split things in areas like this, and then people take things as working on, but probably they've been left like this at the end of the sprint and carried over to the next sprint later on. When someone is finished something, they put to review or testing, and someone, I mean, responsible of testing that, uh, takes it and tests it, and then puts it under completed. And these
Right.
are the completed tasks from the last sprint. And each sprint is 2 weeks, and at the end of this 2 week sprint, we create a build. So
Okay,
the build
yeah.
is updated on Steam.
Okay, so we're
So
getting a really
unless,
good idea of the flow of the game design with a team. This is really interesting.
yeah, I mean, this is our production pipeline, how it goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
so unless there is a huge problem in the build, we don't try to make a new build unless
Yeah.
it's Friday. I mean, every 2 Friday.
Yep.
And let me show you the database part a little, where we mod the game.
Okay.
So this folder is under story and game design, the game database. We have a tool like an exporter that we created. This
Okay.
little exporter. Let me.
So I'm really got my eyes glued to the screen here because eventually I probably could mod the game and so
Yeah, you're interested in this stuff.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
of course.
So yeah, when I populate, it should come. Yeah. So I select which files to be pulled from the database on Drive, and they are being sent to my Unity folder from here. So when I make a change here. I
Mm-hmm.
just click on the files I made a change and then say export, and then I see them on under
Right.
my Unity, and then I can take a build. But I'm not the one responsible of taking builds. This is Emre in our team.
Oh, okay.
He's doing the building only.
Okay.
Uh, so uh, there are lots of things in the database, but let me show you some important things. For example, the item list is the one that's being changed all the time. We have like how many items we have in the game? 1,556 items, and
Oh my
it's
god.
being yeah. Every day some new items are being added. Like for example, I realized that we forgot to put this premium pickaxe and premium axe yesterday, and
Yeah.
I added them after our stream.
Yeah. So
And
close.
here we have the description that's been shown under uh, when in a trade or in your inventory.
Yep.
This column tells how long it takes to expire
Okay. Yep.
in game's time unit. This is the icon number, so we have an icon list that
For the art.
we
Yep.
yeah we select the which icon to be shown there.
Yep.
This is the durability of the item if there is any. If
Mm-hmm.
there is no durability, it goes forever. But if there's a use limit for the item, we um, specify it here. If it gets tagged in inventory or not,
Yep.
it's price in the real world, it's price in the dream world. So I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have both, but I mean, one is empty and the other one is filled usually.
Mm-hmm.
These are the tags of the item. It means what we can do with the item. So, for example, Remium X is a tool and it can be stored.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here, for example, yeah,
So would this be where it would say placeable if it was placeable or something in tags?
yeah. It means that it's placeable in like chests or stuff like
Right.
that.
But I mean, like if it was placeable like the way that a chest is in the world, would that be where that tag is? Or is that somewhere else?
Uh, no, it's something else.
Okay.
If it's placeable in the world, there is wait, what was that? Yeah, the level entity.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yep.
yeah, we put the level entity ID here. We have an entity list here. We specify which entity is that, and when we place an item as a level object, it turns to that ID entity.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
This
Always
is
working, by the way,
much
here.
easier than Stardew Valley's modding process if you're just using the XMB node
Yeah,
because
actually, I didn't use Stardew Valley modding at all.
yeah.
So I don't know if
Well,
this one is
let me
easier or
tell
not.
you, it's just a notepad, like, you use notepad plus plus, and then all of the values are just there without labels. There's no labels of values at the top of the sheet. So
Hmm.
someone actually had to go through and just test every single value to see what it did for every single type of item.
Oh,
And then made a documentation that wasn't official that I would use to like find out what numbers to
and people
change.
people are still crazy about it and
Yeah.
making lots of mods.
Yeah.
Wow. And I mean, I'm thinking this is too complicated for someone to use,
No, no,
other
this
than
is
if
this is this is
interested in design.
yeah.
But yeah, if you say so, if Stardew has even more complicated thing, then I'm relieved a little.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
This is a new column that came. This is the booster tag. Uh,
Oh, wait, and
to-
wait, does that explain what it even does in Turkish, right? But
yeah, actually, I mean, we need to translate this in English because
well, even then, I mean, I can translate it and find out a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is like what is being affected of like when you, for example, your motivation is high. Your high motivation gives you a booster,
Okay. Yep.
and yeah, that booster is I mean, if it affects this specific item or not, so you can
Oh,
if
okay, sure.
if the tags are matching, then this item will be affected.
Oh, so that's like already set up. What
Yeah.
are there any items that use that right now, or that's a new thing you just?
Sorry, say it again.
Is there any items that use that feature right now, or is that just like you just added it in?
Let me see. I mean, we recently started to use this booster thing. Uh, so I'm not sure if we have any items using the booster tag. I think not.
Not yet. Okay.
We have
You
this
said it was
action.
new, so yeah.
Yeah, we have this action uh, ID thing, and we have that here. We have that there. Uh, and okay, let me finish quickly.
Yeah.
We
Sorry.
have the start fail text ID when we are trying to use the item, but it doesn't.
Yep.
I mean, uh,
Yep.
because of something, it doesn't. We can't use that. So what's being written here is an ID. So we have a text list. So it pulls from that text list.
Yep.
Hold type, this is something related to animation system in the game. Actually, we developed our own animation system. We don't use Unity's animation system.
Okay.
So there are different items that are being held in different ways.
Okay.
So this is that type, hold set. Start action, use action, equip action, consume action. Uh,
Yep.
This is where it gets a bit complicated. But when you start to use an item, it first makes the start action thing, and then if there is no start action, it goes to the use action and starts executing these use actions. For example, when you're watching a movie,
Yep.
it first opens the UI slider thing, where you interact with. I mean, how long you want to watch that movie.
Yep.
So that this is the start action of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and that only gets interacted with the TV.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the use action is the actual movie watching action, and how much interest it gives, etc.
So these are all interest IDs for different interests that it gives.
Yeah, I guess, let me see. Yeah, these are the books. I should fill this description fields with the interest they're
So like
giving.
one of them gave like 77. So if you go to ID 77, is that like an interest or something, or how is? Or is that?
ID 77, which one? Let me
Well, wait.
come.
Go to okay. So like for example, 88. What's it says 88, 88, 88, 88. So what is?
Yeah, 88 is the action ID. Let's
Okay.
go. This is the
Then you go to
action ID.
88, and then it'll be.
And
Yeah.
action
Okay.
88 is add mystery.
Yeah. So actually, Stardew is just like this too, where you'll have like numbers of a certain thing in it. You don't even know what it is because it's not labeled directly. So then you have to go to a different file to find out what those are. So if you wanted to add mystery, you would have to find out what the ID is by going somewhere else. So what I did when
Yeah.
I modded is I made my own like library or dictionary, which had all of them labeled in English so that I could just quickly add them when I made the randomizer mod. Because also it was just a big old mess of thousands of numbers without any labeling of what things were. So if there's a bug, then I was screwed.
Actually, I would like you to show me that one day, so
Yeah.
I understand a little
Yeah.
how the modding is going in Stardew.
Oh, for sure. I can walk you through it. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
I'm actually very impressed of how the modding is being done in Factorio and Dota actually.
Oh,
Uh,
interesting. Okay.
yeah, they have very nice tools and very nice interfaces for people to use.
Really? Okay. Huh.
I'm not talking about the graphic interfaces, but the interfaces like that.
Yeah, and how you
Uh,
affect the game, like things you
yeah.
change. Yeah.
For example,
API.
here
Yep.
we see the metric effect that, I mean, add mystery is an action. And what this action is doing is it's calling a metric effect. Metric effects, I mean, every entity, including the player character, an NPC, or an object in the game,
Mm-hmm.
has some metrics. And for example, our mystery level is a metric on our character.
Yep.
So this action is actually affecting that. This action is calling a metric effect
Mm-hmm.
that changes that mystery metric. And what this little script here is calling is with a 10% chance, it's calling the metric 77. This is why we don't get interest all the time, because
So
I
you only
mean
get ten
they work only
percent.
10% of the time.
I see.
I wanted some kind of randomization there,
Yep.
but after having a fail session today,
Yeah.
I might have changed my mind.
So if it says add 10 mystery, is it doing 10% 10 times? Is it rolling it 10 times, or is it just it's a 10%
Yeah.
chance and you either get it or you don't? You get all of it or you get none.
Uh, Sorry, say it again.
So like let's say something is like add 10 mystery,
Hmm.
is it going to be a 10% chance you get all 10 of those, or is it going to do like all right, we're going to give you one mystery, 10% roll, you fail or succeed, and then we're going to do one more mystery, 10% roll, fail or succeed? Is it doing it 10 times, 10 rolls of 10% chance, or is it just
If you
like
want to, if you want to have 10 rolls, then you have to edit here 10
10
times.
times? Yeah, so that's why
Yeah,
these have like 4. So that is
yeah,
a 10% chance 4 times there to get
yeah,
however
exactly.
much. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And the next thing here is that we recently implemented this content token.
Okay.
If the player has the content token 178, then also run this action. And this is the thing: if the player took the um, mystery interesting,
Right. If
then it's getting this extra motivation bonus.
right, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
if you clicked on metric effects, does it explain all of these bits here in this? I mean, I know it's
Yeah,
in
a little.
Turkish, but it does explain it. Yeah. Okay.
So this is the
Cool.
metric modifier list.
Yep.
And let's see, for example, from there, we were calling the metric 77. Let's see what metric 77 does. It's add mystery one. It's having an effect on the mystery metric which the player has. The amount it's adding is 1. Amount range to randomize apply amount values of modifier. We're not using this at the moment, I guess.
Okay.
Uh, Amount type is if it's working additive, bonus amount, etc. I mean, because there are like shield type effects that are being added on not the uh, real metric, but there are like something like a shield working on that metric.
Oh,
Um,
sure. Okay.
Value type is
Base.
it can be added to the base value or the regeneration value of that metric. Stack
Okay.
type can be 0 or 1, so it
Yeah.
means, for example, it can be stacked or not.
Yep.
So, for example, you can say when you're drinking coffee, for example, it gives you a metric effect, and if you drink the second coffee, you don't want, uh,
Yeah.
that to happen again, for example.
Right. Right. That makes sense. So stack. Yeah.
Yeah,
0 or 1 or whatever. Yeah.
does it stack or not?
Yeah.
Applied count, how many times it's being applied, and apply interval. So these are important for overtime effects.
Right. If you wanted something to be like a 1 minute buff or debuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, we have every tools we needed right now, so
Yeah.
we can add every type of action to the game very easily. This is the entity list that we're. This is one of the interesting ones as well. So when, for example, I'm adding a furnace to the game, this is the thing that the name of the entity in Unity,
Yep.
and here I made some scripting. So this says what happens when some metric um, in that changes. For example, it has a structure metric. So when the structure metric hits 0, then entity is being killed. But when the entity is being killed, we receive the furnace item again. So when I
Right.
hammer one furnace, then I get the item again.
Yeah. Yep.
There is the fuel metric. Um, there is the collect metric that actually this is not collect, but when I touch, it's like collecting something.
Mm-hmm.
So it displays a monologue that it needs fuel. It holds the
Yes. Yes.
ID. So it says I need fuel when I touch the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's enough for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh,
That's cool.
uh, it's kind of hard to go deeper without people experimenting this stuff. But what we want to do is, add some maybe graphical interfaces to these tools we developed,
Mm-hmm.
and then we want people to use them and do their own notes to the game. Because I mean, this part is totally separated from the
Right.
game code, and I mean,
So you could just
you can,
add in any, entity or,
yeah,
item you wanted, or you could make a new interest like fairly easily. I mean, obviously there's lots of different things that would touch, but
yeah.
yeah, that's really cool.
So let me, for example, show you the folder that everyone has actually in if they have the game installed. Wait. What am I doing? Yeah. So this is your folder. You have the game, and we have assets here,
Mm-hmm.
and under assets we have resources, and we have under resources we have game database. And if you edit actually this database, you edit the game. And
Oh, okay. So
this is
yeah,
how
that's
we
just
edit
a
the
and that's just a
database.
JSON file. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I mean, this is just JSON file, and if you want to hack the game, it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
quite easy to do
Yeah.
that from here.
That's just how it is in Stardew. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's harder in
So,
Stardew because everything's packed into an XMB. So you have to unpack it with the XMB node to get access, and then repack it when you're done.
oh, I see.
But here they're just straight JSON files. Like that's it.
Yeah,
I
so
could
you
start
can
hacking
just
right now.
yeah, you can just go to an item and
Change the price,
make
whatever.
him change the price, or make it give you like lots of money or
Yeah.
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I started with Stardew modding because it's like, oh well, like I see what these numbers are. I can kind of assume what they do, and then I was just tinkering with numbers, and then one thing leads to another, and you just get more and more and more involved until you're like,
Yeah.
well, okay, maybe I should actually start programming in C++ or C sharp, excuse me.
Yeah.
But
Is it does it allow you to program as well? I mean, because
well,
that's
not
what we're
directly.
lacking.
Yeah, you
I
have to
mean,
use the SMAPI API, Stardew Valley
I
modding API. Else you can only do uh, the JSON files like you have here. Yeah.
the most complicated scripting is the one we are doing on entities that here, and it's not that. I mean, we have this command list that we can use. Actually, I mean, with these commands we can do a lot of stuff, but we don't do like C# coding or.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
This is our own basic scripting tools. I mean, scripting commands.
Okay. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Let's see where the streamer's at, because I think he's gonna be We have like 10 minutes until he's going to be coming on. And he's already live right now.
These
Cool.
are not part of the database, but where I keep things separately. And this is my own working documents, for example. When I want to add something, I add it
Oh, you
here
start there
first.
before you put, yeah,
Yeah,
I see, understand.
before I change the
Ooh, a
database.
mocha quest
Mhm.
reward.
Yeah, I have portable CD player here, not implemented yet.
Oh, okay. Portable CD player. Would you have to have CDs added somewhere to the El Dorado or the music shop, I suppose?
Yeah, the music shop,
Yeah,
so you can increase your music interest.
yeah. Your internet's kind of being wonky now. That quality went a little blurry, but it's all
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
because of my internet, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Uh, well, I'm almost done with what
Yeah.
I'm done actually
Yeah.
with I want with what I want to show.
Yeah.
So if there is no question, we can maybe switch to the next streamer in 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna be on shortly. It'll be on his Twitch channel and also Circadian City's Twitch channel.
Okay.
So for people watching and wondering, that's where it's gonna be happening. So if you're watching on Twitch, you're already in the right place. The stream's gonna go offline here, and then it'll be back on in 11 minutes. And Burak and I will be on a call with him while he tries out the game if you're available. But if you need to go to sleep, let me know as well. I can handle this one too. But yeah, it should be a fun time.
I think I can handle. This is the weekend, and
Uh,
I have energy today.
okay.
Contrary to yesterday.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, well, we'll go offline for now, and we will see you guys in
Okay.
10 minutes. All right.